Ark is now paid to win. A new fantastic team called the Pyromane is out. It spawns on Scorched Earth and the Center, so you can get more than one map. It is able to 100% tame a Phoenix. It is a mobile flamethrower for you PvP players. It is an unlimited mobile flamethrower. Has good melee damage like a Shadow Main, good armor, good damage resistance, good mobile unit. It keeps you warm in the cold, cooks your meat, does your campfires, your forges. Anyways, this new dino is $4.99. This is a huge controversy in the Ark survival world. And to be completely honest, I don't think anybody's a fan of it. Like, the dino is cool. We all love the dino. But paying for a dino is just wrong. We're going to go into why they made this thing paid and why they think it's okay. So, if you paid attention right here in the very last sentence of the Steam post, we recognize that a solo paid creature is new territory for Ark, and the Fantastic series tames help support the development and operation of Ark Survival Ascended. Thank you for being open to us trying new things and most importantly for your community participation. We had no choice. There's no community participation. They didn't ask if we would like this. They didn't ask for feedback. They literally did it and hope for the best. They're like, oh, let's throw shit at the wall and see if it sticks, basically. And we're excited to continue this journey for you years to come. I have a feeling that there's going to be another tame with this, more than just one. But even still, even if it's 5 dinos for $5, buying dinos does not feel right. At least before when we bought air quote dinos, Oasisaur, for example, Bob's Tails, we got levels, we got cosmetics, we got skins, we got a dino, we got content. This is literally just dinos. Or if you want to go to ASE DLCs, we got maps, we got tames, we got Ingrams. This just feels wrong. As you know, back in mid-May, Snail posted their financial report. And this is where this comes into play, where this paid dino comes into play. For 3 months ended March 31st, 2024, 14.1 million compared to 13.5 in net revenues due to an increase. Okay. They're saying that they increased, but right behind that, they say there was a net loss of 1.8 million compared to 3 million the year prior. So they lost a crap ton of money. They also said that they had bookings. Bookings is basically earnings and stuff booked for the game. Hopefully you guys can see this. So for the 3 months of March 2024, there's a loss of $2 million, which this one says 1.8, this one says 1.9. These are two very similar losses, but this is included with Ark 2. That's why this loss is here. This is Ark 2 loss. Right here, this is your current cash and equivalents. They only gained roughly $1 million in cash since December to March. Sure, that's only a few months, and sure, that's a decent chunk of money. But as we go further along, you'll see that they are way negative. Loss from operations, $2.2 million. Loss before income taxes, $2.25 million. Benefit from income taxes, negative $500,000. Net loss, $1.7 million. Net loss to Snail, $1.7 million. These are the stocks. They lost a crap ton of money in stocks, about $1.8 million, if my calculation is correct, to stocks. Which, if you guys haven't seen, look at their stock. Right here. Their stock for the last month. It was over $1 right here on 5/16. So we have 11 days before it's back delisted, or however stock works. I don't know. That's beyond me. But anyways, there's more net loss to go over here. And this is a huge concern because they obviously doing this pay dino. They think doing this pay dino is going to help them recover some of this money that they are struggling with and their loans. The next part, another 1.7 million loss. This is including their stock, deferred money, which is DLCs, stuff like that. Many accounts that they owe money to, which we're going to go into in this video. They owe several companies millions and millions of dollars. As you see, repayments on notes right here, $2.3 million. Repayments on a revolving loan, $3 million. Repayment on convertible notes, $300,000 nearly. They are bleeding, and I mean bleeding money. 2023 for the year, they lost almost $3 million. And they shut down ASE too early, I think. They announced it too early. If they waited till basically the last month and then did it, they probably could have made some more money there. And now ASA, when this was done, was out 5 months and they were losing $1.7 million. So they're trying to get this money that they're losing. For Ark Survival Ascended DLCs that have not yet launched, they have been reported in deferred revenue and condensed consolidated balance sheets. What this means is they've already prepped all their funding, money, assets, whatever you want to terminology it as, on these data sheets. So we know, when I'm about to show you here in a minute, how much DLC is already done and planned for, and that they haven't really talked about. So let's go over the deferred part right here. Deferred revenue, 34 million. Revenue recognized, 2.5, which is the DLC right here. The 2.5 is DLCs. And this is relevant because right here in the long term, 17.1 million. This includes Ark 2, Myth of Empires, ASA, and many other things that they have planned. This is associated to Snail and Wildcard. 37.5 million is non-refundable payments out of 39 million. 17 million was non-refundable payments through platform releases of DLC. 17 million is releasing of certain DLCs. Almost 0.6 million is Myth of Empires, 13.4 million. And the next 12 to 24 months of additional Ark titles. So right here, 17 million, next 12 months of certain DLCs. So 17 million is a lot of money. But then you go, okay, well, that doesn't say Ark. 13.4 million is Ark. The 3.8 million left over and 2.6 left over, what we recognize as revenue primarily on a straight line basis over the next 60 months. So the next 60 months, they're only getting $5 million of air quote revenue. So this becomes an issue because $5 million doesn't support a big project like this. They're going to lose money, and this is why they are making this dino a paid thing. You can see right here, they are paying Snail Shihai money for the publication of the game, so on and so forth. And then, right here, the company long-term license agreement with the platform. The agreement initially made between the parties in November 18, valid through December 2021. Agreement was subsequently amended in June 2020 to extend the ARC 1 availability. 2020, this was ASE, by the way. So they recontracted what they had set up with ASE to last until 2022. And 2022 is when ARC 2 was supposed to be out. They recognized $2.5 million related to ARC 1's license in the end of 2022 and $2.3 million to ARC 2, which ARC 2 is still sitting on the side. The reason that it is sitting on the side is because of the following sentence. July 2023, it has now entered a new distribution agreement with its retail distribution partner, aka Snail, for Ark Survival Ascended and Ark 2. The initial term is 2 years and will renew each subsequent year unless canceled. So, we will get an Ark 2 update July of this year. We are either going to get another delay or they are finally going to announce the release date. That is the two options we are getting here because of this contract. The next part of this is the revolving loans. This is their debt, and oh my lord, this is scary. Look how far this goes. Like, this is insane. And this doesn't even include the Nitrado loan. This is not including the Nitrado loan because they've paid a mass majority of that back. They've paid 3/4 of it back already. So these are other loans that they've taken out that they owe on. Right here, this one is actually paid off in 2024. They still owe $750,000 to the convertible notes. They owe $2.7 million on the promissory note and $3 million on the revolving note that ended in March. So this one that ended in March is the primary reason that they are making this dino pay to win. They have to pay this loan basically now. It's due. It's past due. I don't know what happens since it's past due. That is beyond my knowledge, but they're past due on their loan. This one right here is also past due. It ended in March 2024. Unless they renegotiated their contract and their interest rate, they could be paying a higher interest than the 8.25 or the 3.25. So, the reason I'm bringing this up, revolving loan. December 2018, they took a note of $5.5 million. They still owe $3 million of that. 6 years later, they still owe $3 million. And then they increased the revolving line to $9 million. So that's a $4 million increase. And then 2021, the loan matured on 2023. Basically, they just go over everything that they owe here. This is a lot and a lot and a lot of money that they owe with several different interest rates to several different companies that have loaned them money. And they are nowhere near the positive. And the final part of this video, we license certain intellectual property rights from third party, including related parties, and in the future, we may enter additional agreements that provide us licenses to valuable intellectual property rights or technology. We license intellectual property rights related to ARK franchise from SDE, the parent company Studio Wildcard, which is also an entity that is owned and controlled by the spouse or co-founder, blah, 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 Mr. Shihai. Listen to this next sentence. We entered into an original exclusive software agreement with Snail back in 2015. This is when Snail got Wildcard for the rights of Ark Survival Evolved, and subsequently entered into the amended and reinstated Ark 1 license agreement in December 2022 and October 2023. We amended the Ark 1 license agreement. The terms of our license agreement may differ from those terms which, though, will be negotiated independent parties. We have disputed those and blah, 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 blah. The Ark franchise contributed 78.6% of our net revenue as of March 2024. Basically, there's no contract that Snail is touching Ark 2. This is all Ark 1 that they have an agreement with. They are all depending on Ark 1. They have to make a profit off of Ark 1, and that is why it's pay to win. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This was a lot of information, and I'll see you on the next one.